How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Rainlight. Today we're diving back into Dexter season number 8, episode number 2. Last time we kicked things off pretty chaotically. There are a lot of different threads that we're going to be kind of pursuing now. A lot has changed in the 6 months that we were going from season 7 to season 8 here. Dexter is in a very tumultuous place mentally. He feels that he's untethered and he's lost. Deb is somewhat lost. She's a PI now, kind of quit her job at the department. There's a neurologist that's knows, not even is suspicious, but knows like what Dexter is, who he is, what he's done to a certain extent. So that is a complication. I'm excited to see how we are going to continue on with this season. Let's roll it. Oh, classic. Figured that it would be something like this. Harry went to her to figure stuff out.
2 weeks ago, you told me that your son Dexter had asked to see the actual scene of a homicide.
He kept asking and asking. So I decided to give him what he wanted. I even started to hope it might shock him.
I guess she took the doctor-patient confidentiality thing pretty seriously, huh?
I waited until the forensic guys had cleared out, and then I snuck Dexter onto the scene. The victim had fallen through a sliding glass door, so there was blood everywhere.
Yeah.
He just stood there staring, like he was admiring a painting.
I remember that day. It was like a painting.
Dexter was holding something in his hand.
His first slide.
The crime scene.
Trophy.
Wow. Piece of glass.
There's something wrong with him.
I want to put it that way, but I do agree that Dexter is exactly what you suspect him to be. Trust me when I say that there's a place in this world for your son.
It's just over his shoulder like that. I wonder if those flowers are one of the meaning behind that is.
You were only 10 years old when your father first sought my help. I know almost everything about you, Dexter. Not just because I heard it from your father, but because I helped create you.
Create me.
She gave him the code. She gave Harry part of the code, maybe?
It was me who convinced Harry that your urges couldn't be stopped, but they could be focused.
Really? I remember the scene from episode 1. Maybe he was just repeating what he had heard from her, but that's like his exact line.
But maybe we can do something to channel it. Use it for good.
You're saying you came up with a code?
Harry had a big hand in the details. His law enforcement background was certainly an asset, but he was...
But what's her motivation in that, though? Why would she want to do that? Like, it's not like she had a vested interest in him, like as...
Spiritual mother.
Yeah, I figured that
I know
would be...
we've only just met face to face, but...
But, like, she didn't really have that maternal thing going on, maybe. Maybe she did, I don't know. But, like, Harry was there, like, raising him. So it makes sense that he would be like that. But for her, like, I don't... Maybe she was just curious. I don't know.
Well, let's just say you got under my skin. I came to care for you, Dexter. I still do.
Did she, like, know him as a kid or what? Care for him as, like, an experiment? Like, what does she mean?
I saved your life. And I'm afraid I need to call in the favor.
Oh, does she know the person scooping brains?
I'm sure you recognize this. It's a section of the human brain. Anterior insular cortex.
A murder victim was missing the same piece of tissue.
So it was her experiment, maybe.
I found it on my doorstep, wrapped in butcher paper. Unfortunately, there was no return address.
Why would the killer send this to you?
A message? I've come to believe that the killer could be one of my former patients. A brain on a doorstep. Hardly a love letter.
Well, depends on who you're asking. I mean, like, taking into account, like, animals and stuff. Like, I have a cat. They'll bring you dead stuff all the time.
I want you to find him, Dexter. You're not the first psychopath I've treated.
You taught other people the code?
Treated.
Special. But I've used other unorthodox methods.
Those methods might be exposed and your career would be ruined. You might even go to jail.
You see my problem?
I see that it's your problem.
And here comes the leverage, huh?
This will help put things into perspective.
What unorthodox methods was she using? It's a good song.
Vogel gave me this DVD to make me feel as if I owe her something. If she's responsible for creating me, she's responsible for what I've done to Deb.
So much shifting of blame in this, you know? Like Deb in episode 1 for sure. Blaming Dexter for everything. Like I said it at the end of season 7, but you know, his legacy, Deb definitely pulled the trigger.
She should have killed me inside that shipping container instead of LaGuardia. Maybe I should just listen to you. Stay away from her.
All I'm saying is that Vogel might open up some possibilities.
Yeah, like she definitely needs to take some responsibility for her own actions. There needs to be some responsibility on everyone's part for their hand in whatever happens.
Where does it say undercover work in your job description?
I was improvising.
Well, you put one of my assets at risk.
We're gonna go through that again? I thought I told you. I don't know what happened. I came back to our room and he was dead.
Our room. So, you two were intimate.
Slip of the tongue.
I found these on Briggs. This looks like a key to a storage unit. I bet my ass that's where he stashed the stolen jewelry.
Why didn't you tell me that in the beginning?
Because it's more fun to watch you eat crow.
Another morning, another body. Miami makes more corpses than sunburns. And I'm thankful.
So the guy said he had to. I'm looking for a little bit more nuance from this guy, though.
Fuck me.
A little plop.
The brain surgeon.
Anterior insular cortex is missing just like the last one.
So the last time, the killer left a murder weapon somewhere near the body.
Maybe he did it again.
Is that the guy over there? Somebody's like, hold on to the gate. Like,
Let me in. Let me in.
A plastic bag.
I'm interested to know like the pattern though. So the first one was a gunshot. Second one's asphyxiation. I don't know if there's going to be any others.
I got another delivery today.
Like the other.
Same section of the brain. If it is one of my patients who's doing this, I have to wonder if I could have prevented it.
You never felt guilty about what I was doing?
Maybe a recreation of some kind.
All I ever felt was pride. You're actually making the world a better place.
Not for everyone.
What do you mean by that?
The fallout, man.
We might have a print, which gives us a head start.
You're going to help me.
You don't seem surprised.
I know you, Dexter. Better even than I knew Harry.
Why did he come to you?
Harry was aware of my work on young psychopaths, and he also knew that I didn't approach the subject in terms of black and white.
Zoe just told you everything.
I wonder if Dexter feels a little bit betrayed by that.
There never was any judgment on my part. Unlike you towards me.
I'm not judging you.
But you don't trust me.
I mean, yeah, why would he? It'd be pretty dumb to just trust someone outright like that. You know, somebody who's claiming to be your spiritual mother in a way, like that's... No gloves.
It's an unopened bill from a storage facility.
Okay, Buster stuff storage, all right?
Let's go.
I can't. I've got a new client meeting at the office.
All right, then I'll go alone.
Beach. Okay, you hang on. Just, hey.
Why is he even like here? You know?
Just be careful.
If I fuck up, you can always ply me with that electroshite solution.
Yep, they, That's kind of funny. Why were his glasses down like in the first place? Like if you can't see with those sunglasses on, you know, why don't I just take them off?
You started seeing Harry. I should remember you.
You never met me in person. Harry forbid it.
Which is strange that she feels as like motherly towards him.
I could have used someone to talk to after Harry was gone, someone who knew what I was going through.
You wanted to talk about it?
I was young and I was all alone. Here it is. Lyle Sussman?
Sussman? He wasn't on the list I gave you. I don't know anyone with that name.
Arrested for drunk and disorderly in 1992. Single.
Single.
It's a house on Messina.
Doesn't make sense.
Well,
Maybe the person is using other people? I don't know. Using other people to like do the dirty work.
why was it strange that I needed someone to talk to when Harry died?
It's not a trait of psychopaths. Yeah. I was talking about it last season. He wasn't born this way. I know Born Free was the the whole thing about episode 12 of season 1, but that circumstance in the shipping container really informed what he is now, or what he was driven to be. I guess we'll never know if he would have had those inclinations without that shipping container scenario, but this is a nurture scenario, not necessarily a nature scenario.
Either Sussman lost his green thumb or he hasn't been here in a while. Could he be hiding out at his next kill site?
I like the bassy detective music.
Lake Nona. It's a large lake, but at least it's a starting place.
Any confrontation with the hitman? Got her gun on her, so it's good. There we go. What does he mean?
You're lucky I don't kill people as I'm paid to.
A man of culture. Wow. I'm surprised she didn't hear him coming, you know? He must be really light on his feet. Is she gonna have some of his DNA then? I mean, she already knows who he is, though. Or at least Dex does.
Any reason why you haven't taken the sergeant's exam? Matthews is riding my ass, keeps pushing people on me. Sanchez, Whitney, I'd rather have you.
I didn't know you cared.
You better start taking your career more seriously, bro. Especially if you're gonna be dating my sister.
How'd you know?
Because I'm a big detective.
Detective, yeah.
Why'd you if you want me to be okay with you and Jamie, earn it.
But does Quinn even want to be serious, you know? Are they dating, or, like, is it just, physical?
Probably up hunting for the weekend.
So he likes to hunt.
Oh, he practically lives for it. Isn't this something?
Wow, it's something, yeah.
He has a cabin somewhere outside the city.
All on the same leads.
Oh, you need some more. Excuse me.
Can we go? That fucking cold is freaking me out.
It's like a nightmare in fur. It's dispatch.
What's the word, Vince?
Barbarigmus. The sound of gas rumbling through your intestines. As in, seriously regretting having that super green passion fruit smoothie right about now.
Oh, whoa.
Right to the head.
I call and raise you one to the chest, one in the dash, and one in the headrest.
Why, though? I mean, like, Deb didn't really have the gun, or...
El Sapo was the hitman sent to kill Briggs. If he's been killed, is Deb in danger?
How do you think this went down, Morgan?
What's her name?
Driver pulls to a stop. The assailant approaches the car. Most likely gun already drawn. Vic sees the shooter, pulls his...
How is his gun? Is he gonna find Deb's gun? I guess that was maybe be the point of them highlighting that he put it in the...
Bag it and tag it.
Deb's involvement. I mean, it's not like she's going against the law or anything like that.
Might have been reaching into the car and cut himself.
Dex.
Parallel with the first little piece of bloody glass. Broken into. Oh, has like somebody been camping out here? Or her? Okay. Forgot her keys or something? Yeah, mixing the alcohol with the pills.
Deb.
I don't want you around. I thought I made that really fucking clear.
El Sapo is dead. It looked like an execution. You know anything about this?
All I know is what my head feels like right now.
I tried calling. I was worried about you.
That's touching.
And anybody could have walked in here.
The door wouldn't close, so I had to get creative.
Oh, the wound. Bruising on the side.
What happened?
He was throwing her around the container. That was kind of wild. I mean, I assume Deb is pretty light, though.
And if whoever killed El Sapo comes after you?
Nobody is coming after me, Dexter.
Like, did they just kill him for the jewels or something? I don't know. Like, would there be, like, some kind of third party involved? Because if he was hired by the mob and he, you know, did what he needed to do, then...
Jesus fucking Christ, Dexter, get the fuck out. Go.
Deb doesn't want my help, and Vogel is demanding it. This is it. Sussman's cabin. At least I'm staying ahead of Miami Metro.
I mean, for how long, though? They're pretty hot on his trail in this one.
Sussman's no stranger to blood and death.
Yeah.
Vogel is wrong. Everything points to him as the killer.
A chair with, like, chains and stuff on it. He might just be, like, the proxy. That's my thought, but, like, I don't know. Took his own life. Wow. Yeah, I just feel like he was a proxy, you know? Just someone there on the meat hook? I thought he had, like, hung himself, but that looks like a meat hook.
Except this. Maybe Sussman had an accomplice who decided to take him out.
I think he was being used, kind of like Tucci.
Yo, pretty boy. You're stealing my thunder.
You have a hard time admitting that you're wrong, but it's all right. People like you have an inherent need to be right.
You keep talking about me like I'm some kind of alternate species.
I believe that psychopaths are not a mistake of nature. They're a gift.
A gift?
Well, certain psychopathic traits tend to be...
Who help the human race survive long enough to become civilized.
Right. Like the drive, the single-mindedness, the lack of emotion. Of course, there's negative traits that come along with that too, but a lot of the traits of a psychopath are actually very valued in our society.
You believe that?
Did you know that psychopathic traits can be found in the most successful CEOs?
Exactly. Wow, this show never ceases to say exactly what I say, or, I mean, maybe it's vice versa, I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of mankind that doesn't exist because of them.
Every silver lining.
But, you know, they continue to exist genetically because our society does value those traits. So they are seen as very ideal partners.
I have faith in you.
Maybe not actually in reality, but the traits, some of the traits that they possess.
What's going on with Deborah?
We're not going to talk about Deb.
Whatever you want.
Should I come back later?
Sorry. Looking in on Deb.
Wow, we're a whole 10 seconds into the date. Here, I thought we were gonna make it to 1 minute before you mentioned your old fiance. We'll do an experiment. Let's see if you can go one whole day without mentioning Deborah Morgan.
I got your brother on my ass about taking the sergeant's test. You're on my ass about Deb. I mean, like, what is this, a fucking Cuban thing?
What does Angel have to do with this?
Whoa.
He knows we're seeing each other. And now he's, you know, it's like, maybe I don't want to make something out of my life.
Wait, how does Angel know that we're seeing each other? And what is so wrong about trying to better yourself?
See? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be better.
Why the hell can't you stay out of my personal life?
What'd I do?
Angel.
Watching the soaps.
We just had a giant argument because of you.
Wait a second.
You know what? I hope you're happy.
I mean, if he can't handle a little pressure, like he didn't even put any pressure on Quinn. Like, bro, like Angel was just like, just make yourself better. Like, Quinn is kind of the issue here. The weak link, but I mean, I'm not going to judge that situation. Deb was the one to...
It's Deb's blood.
Did she get the jewels? Where did she get the other gun? Did she have two?
Shot him in his car.
This is number 2 for Deb. Well, I think she might have killed in the past, but number 2
Deb.
As far as like personal stuff.
I never got a chance to tell you how disappointed I was that you left the force. From running homicide to chasing down bill jumpers.
Really changed his tune.
If I were to cop a feel right now, it wouldn't be sexual harassment anymore.
I mean, it still would be. Just not internal.
We're having some drinks at Papa's tonight. You should come.
Yeah, I'll try to make it.
I would have used the briefing room, but it's taken. I mean, this is fine though, right? Otherwise, fucking everybody'd still be hogging you. Cell phone breaks.
What do you want to know?
Basically, we've hit a wall.
I like how they're playing with reflections, you know. They did it last season, this one too. Dexter between them. Framing has been great. Got the same thing with Quinn and Batista with the mom in the middle.
Staking him out and overheard that he was going to fence the stuff to El Sapo.
Look, I was just wondering if you could take a look at what we've got. Maybe we could put our heads together, push this thing down the field, you know?
I mean, we need to see like her arm or something to see if she has a cut. She's wearing long sleeves, I think on purpose, you know?
Shooter, approach the vehicle from behind.
Was she like on something?
Sapo drew his gun. And then the shooter. Hey. You all right?
Sorry. Family emergency. I gotta borrow my sister.
Sure.
Thanks.
Oh, back in the alleyway. Except now it's Dexter trying to be like super protective of Deb, you know? Rather than Deb trying to protect him.
I know you killed El Sapo. Found your blood at the crime scene. Tell me what happened.
Did she keep the jewels or did she take them back and like get her cut?
I was angry. I wanted the jewels back. And the next thing I know, I'm standing over a dead body.
You could have called me.
You're the one that gets me into trouble, not out of it.
Is that why?
Oh, she's getting herself into trouble nowadays. It's kind of like the same framing too, but like flipped for them. Like Deb was like the one on this outside here and Dexter was the one against the wall.
Shit, it might be, yeah.
It'll be traced to you. How will you explain that?
Get rid of it.
What if I weren't here to cover your ass?
Do you really want to play the what if game? What if you weren't a serial killer? What if Harry had left you in that fucking shipping container?
That's enough.
You know what? El Sapo's not the first person that fucking shot Dexter, and he may not be the fucking last.
What's that supposed to mean?
Anything can happen in this.
So open the floodgates on that.
Whoever Deb was before killing LaGuardia, that person is dead. I just wish I knew what's taken her place.
I don't even think she really knows that yet.
I've covered evidence for myself more times than I can remember. But I'll never get used to doing this for Deb.
Definitely a role reversal.
You and Jamie patch things up?
How did you know we were fighting?
Because I'm a good
Detective, right?
She made it clear.
The sergeant's test. I'm gonna start studying for it.
Good stuff. Oh man, if Jamie shows up here and Deb shows up here, not good.
Hello?
Dexter, I think there's someone inside my house.
How do you know?
Well, I just walked up and the front door is open.
Get in your car and stay there.
Be another gift? Something more than a brain this time? Or a piece of a brain?
Inside when I called, he's still in there. I haven't seen anyone leave.
Is there like a back way or something?
You sure there's no one inside?
I checked the entire house, I'm sure.
The DVD, it's not mine.
Put it in.
Man, we really like hopped right into this. There's already a lot going on. Yeah. Figured he was like a proxy. And this must be like...
He was coerced. And now he's dead. I was wrong all along. You were right.
Oh, we had no idea that...
You should have no idea. You've never done this before. Me, it's what I do. I've destroyed Deb. She's gone. I'm a mistake.
You're exactly what you need to be, Dexter.
All these people like playing into him. Such a dangerous concept. We had love last time, and now we have like a mother's love this time, you know? I still don't really get the angle of like her as his mother. I mean, like, I guess she's the mother of the dark Dexter, but I don't know why she would feel so like motherly towards him. Maybe it's just because she did like mother this side of him, like who he is now, what he's done, what he's become. So maybe that's why she feels that way, but you know. Very interesting. We seem to be like hopping straight into this, like diving headfirst into all of the drama of the season really early on. Makes me wonder like how things are going to progress. We have somebody that's using proxies as kind of a way to go about killing. Maybe that's their MO. Maybe they haven't killed in the past, but the gunshot, maybe the gun, maybe the first kill was not a proxy kill, and this second one was the proxy kill. Because the first one was a gunshot, kind of at point blank range, as they mentioned, so maybe that's the case. But I just wonder why this person would be using proxies now and not on the first kill. Maybe to give the police somebody to chase. And since the cabin is really out of the way, maybe it would give them more time to carry out whatever they need to do. But yeah, Deb has changed very much. And I don't know if she's completely changed, because it still is very hard for her. And she's still obviously struggling with going back to the old life versus like who she is now, who she's become. We got that highlighted here with her looking at Quinn, kind of like highlighting the old life, right? What she could go back to, Angel, going out drinking with them, versus what she feels she is now and what she's done now, because I don't think she's completely changed yet. But and then driving away, choosing that new person, right? And that is a choice, right? She feels as though she's damaged. She hates what she's become. She's also transferred some of that hate onto Dexter, because I mean, like, rightfully so. There are certain things that have, like, certain things about him, like that corrosive proximity, like I've mentioned in the past, like that has led her to do all these things, to compromise herself so many times, that now she has become somebody that she doesn't necessarily recognize. That would also explain some of like the disassociation from the shooting. She could have also been on something. She said she was beat up from their encounter, so that would make some sense too. I just wonder if she gave the jewels to the guy so that she could get her cut, or if she still has the jewels for some reason. Speaking of Quinn, I am also glad to see him kind of going on a better path with the help of Angel, of course. If it is motivated by Jamie, cool. If not, then I mean, hey, whatever. Like, as long as he's, getting better, I would like to see some progression for his character in a direction that's not necessarily complicated, but just good in general. He does have some tendencies towards being a dirty cop, so I would hope that as a sergeant he would maybe let those go and just like focus on being a better cop, better person. I would like to see that for his character. I am very interested in the trajectory of this season. I don't really know where it would go, what would happen. They have this killer, the brain surgeon, as Masuka called him. I don't know if that's the name, but I don't know how it's going to end. I can't really predict at this point. We still have a long way to go. So, as always, if you all enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and leave a comment down below. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.